In my last video, I covered the businesses that led me to become a content creator. And in this video, I'm covering how I monetize my following of 50,000 and how I can make up to $50,000 in a single month from my social media. This channel focuses on living globally and teaches people who want to do the same how to afford it. My name is Carl Pierre, and this is ENTP Life. The way I got into content creation is a story in itself. Yeah, so I had this fashion tech company with my ex-wife actually, and it was called StyleScan. And the idea there was that we would create a mobile app that if you scan the barcode, it would show you different ways to style that particular item. And then we were going to map that same interest back to our clothing store and to Amazon. And we actually did semi-okay. But the way that actually got me into making content is that I didn't want to pay the amount of money that photographers were charging for photo shoots, and I didn't want to pay how much they were charging for video. So I went out, I got my own cameras and started to shoot myself. And then we started to do videos. Actually, my channel StyleScan, I think is still up. You can see how that early content looked, but it was how I got interested and even started in making things. That's where I got my first camera, etc. And at the time that I was doing that, I was always thinking about doing a cooking channel, which I actually did develop, which was called Hook It Up. That's all before the ENTP Life stuff started, but that's how I got my start. I personally can't stand to do repetitive tasks, so when I set out to have a channel, I had to hire help. Without an editor, I would have gotten bored of editing and quit the channel altogether, especially since early on I had no monetization strategy for it. That led me to a real problem that I had to solve. How can I justify spending money to make YouTube videos? I started to question myself. Am I becoming some sort of egomaniac, the same narcissistic douchebags I couldn't stand?
I need to treat money like it's sacred.
Just bought this new Lamborghini here. Now maybe you've seen my TEDx talk where I talk about how I read a book a day. It's again about the knowledge. In fact, the real reason I keep this Lamborghini here is that it's a reminder that dreams are still possible.
I had to strategize on how to make enough money for this new interest in creating to fund itself because ad revenue from YouTube was just too little. A friend of mine who did online marketing approached me and asked me, why not sell a course? So my friend who lives in Medellin, Tomas, approached me and said, hey, I've been watching your channel and I really think I could help you monetize it by putting together a course. And as I said, I was totally opposed to it because I used to see those advertisements for courses and all kinds of crap popping up. And I was like, you know what? I do not want to do that because I feel like a lot of those guys who are pushing these products aren't even really doing what they say that they're doing. And I was like, I don't want to be associated with that. And he was like, no, Carl, you're already teaching this content. This is something that you really are doing. So you know you're not one of them. How about we focus in on the real estate bit, teaching people how to invest the way that you do and build a course around that. You already have the equipment. You're already comfortable in front of the camera. And I've worked with other people and their courses are selling. And I started to think, well, you know what? Maybe I'll do it because the worst thing that can happen here is that I at least start to establish some revenue so that I could stop paying my editor out of pocket and maybe make enough money to be able to buy new equipment. If you're finding this information useful or entertaining, the best thing that you can do is subscribe to the channel and share this video with anyone you know that may be interested. Sharing is caring, it's free, and will only take you a few seconds, and I thank you very much for your support. My first course was Killing the American Dream, a 16-hour step-by-step guide on how I approach investing in real estate and how I built out my multi-million-dollar portfolio. You see, this course killed 3 birds with 1 stone. Its sales could cover my editing expenses, provide me with a way to answer people's questions without constantly repeating myself, and best of all, build out my network of like-minded investors that I could do deals with. So Killing the American Dream is a program that teaches people how to invest in 1 to 4 family real estate the way that I do. My core strategy is to buy distressed properties that are below market value because they were bank owned, wrecked by the previous owners, etc. I fix them up, I get them to a point where I could either sell them and turn a profit of a few $1,000s or keep them and make money on them month over month while building out my portfolio. And I actually teach a strategy that says that you should flip 1 for every 2 to 4 that you keep so that you have new money coming in that allows you to buy more and more properties. Now, the way that I was able to accelerate this process was with my healthcare companies. Profits from there, I was reinvesting into properties as well as from the flips. And we got to a point where we were doing about 10 to 15 properties year after year, and I was able to grow out a pretty nice portfolio with that. Now, The reason why I did this was more important than just kind of making money on course sales. The thing that I felt I could really make money on was by building a network of people who could bring me deals or do deals with me to accelerate that process. And that's why I even created the programs, because I wanted to find more people who looked at real estate the same way that I did and who knew my strategy so that they could contact me with deals that they were doing or people who wanted to invest in deals with me so that I could reduce how much exposure I personally have in cash and how much money I need to borrow. Because if we're doing these group deals where we have 6 or 7 people in the course getting together, putting up $10,000, $20,000 a piece, it brings down the overall risk in that deal, shares the profits, of course, but it brings down the risk in potentially failing in those deals while being able to give people a practical learning experience. And I felt that that was something that was missing from all the other courses. In fact, those flip that house guys, they used to do seminars. And I went to one of those seminars, and in that seminar, they were pumping, oh, you can do it to invest, in real estate and you'll make tons of money just like us. It's so simple, blah, 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 blah. Go buy the course in the back. And when I went to the back, their master course was $25,000. And I remember telling them, why can't I just invest in a deal with you and then you keep my $25,000 profit to pay for the course? And they were like, oh, no, we don't work like that. And I remember when I was making my Killing the American Dream that I wanted to have that option, because a real teacher is going to believe in the product more so than anything, right? If this is what I do, I know what I can create. So I'll make my money on the deal rather than making my money all on top of you. And I wanted to share that experience with other people. And that's how my course is designed. So if you're interested in investing in 1 to 4 family real estate, definitely check out that program. We do an invest and learn with a select group of people, invest in a deal together, something cool, something fun. You get to invest and learn at the same time. Really awesome. From this course, I started to create other courses, such as how to start a nursing agency. That course turned into its own consulting company that will probably do about $700,000 in revenue this year. As you can see, the more that I do, the more I uncover, and that becomes new problems to solve, resulting in new businesses. I still have 3 other revenue sources to discuss. In this next video right here, I'll tell you how I got to stock trading, Airbnb, and my expat relocation services. For real, this series is getting pretty crazy, and if you can't figure out how to make your own money, I suggest you book a call with me so that you could plan to get your money right so that you too can live a global lifestyle.